All right, guys. So we're going right live into this game tonight. We're gonna have Waterloo taking on Oklahoma State. So we have three armors and two kits here on CT side, just so they can assure that defuse. And looks like the T's are just gonna go. So smoke, just run. See any. Is such a sick execute. Fruit shop owner 2 late equalizer gets punished. He does get the one kill before getting dropped, but this split onto B is working perfectly. The smokes are really sick and really laid out by Waterloo.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have to go for a 3v4 retake situation. But Hyunbin gets a triple and shuts down this retake. He says, "No, get out of my sight. The pistol round is mine," and he racks up 4 kills in the pistol round.
So sick, dude. What a well done execute. I was there specking this tease at top mid, expecting them to make the plays, but those smokes were parfait. Perfectly well done. And yeah, that smoke, even we could see AB was trying to jump spot it, couldn't see anything, right? 3 were able to make it up cat, and Equalizer getting the 1 kill on catwalk before he dropped himself. So here comes just the fast mid push now by the CTs. 4 of them pushing mid to try and get info, but the T's playing this really well, just holding up a default, expecting some sort of aggressive push. Mio not even going to peek mid and take that battle, and that's going to send the CTs right back to sites, back to a 3-2 split, because they're expecting some sort of rush, but that's not the case. T's just playing default, waiting for some sort of push, and now they take mid control. So 30 seconds in a round, they go and take mid. Nubage getting caught off guard by that MP7 on Mio, and they're establishing this mid control as Hyun just jumps right out of Palace, grabs that pick as well. So they now are able to just split A, 2 through connector, 2 out Palace, throw some smoke CT, and Equalizer at least getting that CZ kill. And are they going to be able to split this nice spray control with them by Hentai Hero? And he has the HE to try and finish off. That should be a Kobe, but I guess that's only going to drop him to 23. Armor is going to save his life in that situation, and Acronix cleans up the round, so good anti-eco. These T's are playing very thorough. Waterloo coming out strong and showing their team, that kind of team synergy right off the bat. They're definitely experienced playing with each other, and I gotta love watching some good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about these teams. Waterloo is, I believe, 9-1. Total, including the first half and this half of the season as well. While Oklahoma State, they're only 4-5. So I think the favorite would definitely be Waterloo, and in this situation, I think Oklahoma State would be happy to get maybe 4 or 5 rounds on their CT side and try to make some miracle happen on the T side. But it looks like Waterloo
stacking completely the wrong site. So this is just going to be
running the pistol strat.
A clean round. So I'll just go ahead and kind of catch everyone up for anyone that's just joining us. We kind of started the stream late, so just if you're not familiar, this is the final matches of Week 11. We have 3 more weeks remaining, so playoff implications are hugely on the line at this moment, and especially when all your teams are from the same group. So it's really interesting. Waterloo obviously dominating no matter what group they're in. One of the favorites probably to even take the entire CSL league in general. They've been probably a top 5 team in my books. I definitely put them as a favorite. And
yeah, so as they're just cleaning up this round, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the format of CSL, CSGO, it's just a simple best of 1 across 14 weeks. With the first 7 weeks of play, it just had to do with seeding, and they were regional, but the last 7 weeks, so what you're watching now, this is where the real fun begins, because the top 3 to 4 teams, depending on your division size, they're gonna be in the playoffs. So every win matters, especially in this second half.
And on to the main gun round now. Waterloo just taking app control early, anticipating some sort of push out of the CTs, playing extremely passively, and it looks like they're gonna go for this smoke execute again. So the same exact one they used on pistol, smoke off connector. These smokes are beautiful, man. I gotta appreciate the pixel perfect plays by them. And Hyunbin grabbing that first entry. Anti-hero just pushes cat as well. Now it's all up to Nubage. You can't find anything. This B execute working on pistol, working just as well on the gun round. And Waterloo showing their tactical precision right now. This is really impressive to watch, man.
Yeah, it's just gonna be another clean round for Oklahoma State. Looks like Waterloo, they're opting to play very fast. So even though it's a smoke execute, they're just laying down the smokes extremely fast, and they're just entering out onto the sites. So Oklahoma State, they are going to save. I don't know if they're going to force behind this though. Meanwhile, Waterloo, their economy is going to be skyrocketing. So if Oklahoma wants to get something on this CT half, they need to start chaining some rounds together, or else they might be facing multiple gun rounds from Waterloo.
Yeah, and the biggest problem I see now from Oklahoma State, they're leaving openings where they're just taking these one-on-one engagements. And you have to anticipate these executes at this point by Waterloo. So hopefully they begin to adapt and maybe play in a more favorable trade situation, set themselves up for at least a one-for-one, because at this point they're just losing their one-on-ones and getting nowhere. So the fact that Waterloo are getting these perfect executions, not losing a man, just shows how well they're exiling specific members of the CT side and just exploiting that hole in their defense. The fact that they're just playing one-on-one and, you know, one cat, one connector. AV getting the entry, very important. Yeah, that was a sick pick by him. And Fruit Shop Homer here on the right side of window, one of those positions that as the smoke fades, you kind of forget that it's an option. As T is watching mid, you tend to start prioritizing catwalk and connector, anticipating that smoke peek from the left side. So this could catch him off guard if he bides his time properly, but he's going to peek really early with this USP, gets caught crossing over. So now his position's given up, and they're going to be able to just establish this mid control. And as we've seen so far, if Waterloo's, they're either getting mid control or just exploiting the fact that you know, these one-on-ones are being taken time and time again by Oklahoma State. There we go. Chronix trying to take that one-on-one engagement. Not able to find the kill, but they still have a bunch of smokes and mollies. They're doing a really good job of both teams actually biding their utilities. And there's the battles just being won. Mio and Hyun just taking the openings, watching for that cat rotate, but they're just going to rotate through CT.
Oh, WVA. He had to land some of those shots, but he didn't land any. So the terrorists are going to have a field day onto this ace site. Yeah, it looks like they're going to single, double peek him. Oh, Mio just catches WVA completely sleeping in this situation. So Equalizer, he's stuck. He's going to get chased down. And that's going to be another clean round for Waterloo. 5-0.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game. Definitely an uphill battle now for Oklahoma State. They're going to have to work hard to try and fight back from this. At least they're going to be able to invest in an op if Fruit Shop Homer wants to. Considering he's the mid player, wouldn't be too surprised there. He's going to be able to pick that up. And one FAMAS, most likely two or a 5-7. Yeah, two FAMASes now. So this is a round they have to win. They have to win and then some and save a couple rifles. But at this point, they just need rounds, so that's all they're looking for. And yeah, this mid just being dominated by Waterloo. So Hentai Hero again, Flash. Equalizer going to go for this push, and I don't know if he's going to win this. Yeah, he's able to at least find that first. Oh, Fruit Shop actually jacks it from him. So yeah, now they're taking this mid a little bit more seriously. Got the triple setup. Equalizer getting a little over aggressive. Not going to get punished for it. And the bomb's set up here at Palace. So as long as it doesn't get spotted, the CTs aren't going to most likely over-rotate until it's too late. So this is going to be a really execute-heavy, but Fruit Shop gets the first pick. And this A site's just getting taken over. They only have two smokes left, so as I say that, Mio and Hyun grab individual entries. AV's going to have to save the team right now. Look for at least a one-for-one trade, and Mio just falls right back. So they're going to play this 3-on-3, and now it's looking pretty favorable for the T's.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 3v3 retake situation, but there is no kit from the CT side, so the CTs have to move in quick. They have no flashes, they have no nades for this retake, so it's looking tough. It looks like Waterloo, they have their crossfires down. Mio, he's going to get 2 frags, and Acronix, he's going to clutch out the round for Waterloo. So 6-0, it's that round you were talking about that Oklahoma State needed to win, but they were unable to despite the ops. So I think Oklahoma, they're going to choose to save here and maybe whip out a double op coming into the 8th round, but this is looking like an extremely strong start for Waterloo.
Yeah, exactly. Just pure dominance right now. Even though they're 2 men down, lose those entries, the A guys are unable to trade out when the execute comes into play, and Hyun and Hentai just able to grab those 2 entries. So time and again, it's the same story. It's really up to Oklahoma to try and set the tempo at this point, as Waterloo seems to set the pace pretty well themselves. A Chronix going for a super risky play. Hyun, I don't know why you have an HE out right now. Very, very risky. Considering you know this is going to be an eco round, and There you go. WBA missing his timing. That window is now ceases to exist, and it's gonna be up to Avi. Can he find at least one? Nope. Aim punch too strong, and yeah, this is just gonna be probably a clean round. At least Equalizer equalizing that trade and finds one, but this is gonna be just probably a straight cleanup. They'll be happy to at least drop one or two more rifles at this point.
Yeah, it actually looks like they got 2 AKs. So there must have been a misbuy in spawn or something, or Waterloo, because they only lost 1 member, but somehow Oklahoma State comes up with 2 AKs. So it's just going to be another round for Waterloo, as expected. And you can see the economy that these guys are rolling in. Acronex, he's going to be at 16K after this round. So, I mean, Oklahoma State, they don't have to, they need to just win maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive rounds. And at that point, Waterloo, they're going to be banking on a round loss bonus. But Oklahoma State, they're in a really precarious position. If they win this round and then lose the next, they could be reset, and we could be looking at a extremely unfortunate half for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, this is looking like a half where they'll be happy to get 4 or 5 rounds, considering the skill ceiling we're seeing out of Waterloo. They're hitting their shots, man. Every engagement they get into, they're winning, and winning those one-on-ones all across the map is just going to slowly whittle down the CT defense. And Fruit Shop owner goes for the pick through the smoke, a quick TK. Rather a team op, only doing 36 damage to Anti-Hero, and there he is finding entry on Cat Mio as well here from Underpass, and we're just starting to see this fall apart slowly.
Yeah. I mean, this looks pretty one-sided here. It's going to be 5v3. The CTs are scattered, so all the terrorists have to do is pour onto a site together, but it looks like Waterloo, they're still looking for picks, and Acronex, he's going to get that pick onto the man apartments, and this is just another clean round. It looks like we're looking at a pretty big gap in skill.
Yeah, unfortunate too. Acronix, I only spotted him in the last second, but he must have seen the shoulder of the CT there on balcony, because that was another situation where they just revealed too much. He was able to... There's no mystery, right? They're giving away their positions way too early, and just allowing them to pre-aim the exact right places no matter what. And yeah, this is pretty... Yeah, just a whitewash at this point. It's going to be huge if Oklahoma State can get even a couple rounds. This could be one of those... don't want to jinx it because now they're going to get around, but yeah, this could very easy be some clean sweep right now by Waterloo.
Well, I like this from Oklahoma State. At least they're changing things up. They left the op solo B, and they stacked 4 towards the A side. So they don't even have anyone playing Cat anymore but New, but he's just going to wide peek that, get punished. And although there is a stack, it looks like Waterloo, they're intent on breaking this.
Exactly. And winning that 2-for-1 trade is going to be huge. There's still 2 more here. AV finding 1 more pick. Now his position's given up. They will know he's under Palace. And Mio missing a very easy shot. Unfortunate. Can't get the second one either. And that's going to allow AV to hide back again. So pretty important kill for Mio to pick up. And this might actually allow the CTs to win, especially as Equalizer's here on the rotate as well. So Mio going to get picked off quickly. Equalizer finding that through the gap. And this is going to be huge. Acronix really needs to pull off something special. And unable to find it. WBA rather going to clean up that round. And Oklahoma State's on the board, man. It's doable.
On the board, but...
It's doable.
Oh, man, I just feel a reset coming. I just feel tears just dripping down Oklahoma State's face, man. If they don't win this, it's going to be a painful loss. At least Oklahoma State, they do have the double op set up. Probably one for B site and the other around mid. And the mid guy could always rotate back into CT for A site. But Waterloo just working their defaults like they have been. And look at Fruit Shop. He's actually so scared that he's just taking the passive angle mid. He's not even challenging mid anymore. And it's just still the same 4-man stack for Oklahoma State towards the A side.
Yeah, I was thinking they were going to go ahead for that B split again, as they've been so successful with it. And it tries to pre-fire Acronix, man. Good presence of mind to predict that. And Equalizer actually winning that battle. So, you predicted the location, unable to hit your shot. So, This is the opening they kind of need. Oklahoma State, they're still playing very passive, and maybe this passive approach to mid is exactly what they need to do. Just bide their time, wait for them to, really make a commitment, and then peak and, retain those trades, hold your crossfires, and they just need to do really standard Counter-Strike, it appears.
Yeah, so it looks like a push-through connector, and it's going to be a four-man push-through connector, so it's nobody coming from ramp or palace. There's 20 seconds left. So Waterloo, they have to start pushing in, and they're walking straight into the blender, bunch of crossfires, and they're going to get completely demolished by the defense of Oklahoma State.
There you go, Oklahoma. I see you.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
You guys can do. No, yeah, definitely nice. It's refreshing to see him, grab those 2 consecutive rounds. They won one. They actually did it back to back. I'll admit I didn't expect it, and this could be possible, right?
I mean, it's just good, but when you lose 7 rounds in a row, look at the state of the economy. Waterloo has a full buy, and they're going to full buy again next round, and that's when the money bonus is going to start kicking in, so they're going to full buy next round too. So when you go down 7-0, you're going to be punished economically. So Waterloo, they have a full buy coming in. It looks like they want to do an A set smokes. So everyone's just waiting, probably around 115. Yep, there you go. Sets pieces out. And it looks like Waterloo, they're going to tackle this A site. Anti-hero on the entry.
Yeah, it's going to be up to the guy here under Palace. Avy, he's going to have to go huge from this position, and unable to find the first engagement, he loses both of them. So Hentai grabbing the first pick. That nade jumps right over it, only down to 4 HP. So these T's just dodging death, and Nubage at least able to get that first pick, and CT's maybe overcommitting here, but WBA also getting a pick. Nubage goes down, so these T's are grabbing these favorable trades somehow. This nade is actually going to take out Mio, so no way, 14 HP, this man is a legend. And this is going to be huge. Equalizer really needs to come up big right now. And hopefully this Molly can do something. It's going to force Mio out of position. He should burn, but he's still alive. And now he knows exactly where Equalizer is. He's going to have to fall back and just hope to save this op. And man, even though they're getting these man advantages at certain points in the round, Waterloo is just outgunning them right now.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like just a simple take. For some reason, Oklahoma State, when they had 4 people A, when 1 person B, it's worked out. That's where they won those 2 rounds, and then they decide to go back to the default setup where they send a guy cat, so they only put 3 on A. And surely enough, their A got broken into. So Oklahoma State, they are in the back foot again. They have no money behind this, so they have to win this round to get a 3rd round on their CT side.
Yeah, Chronix, this man's been hitting some sick shots. He's definitely got some really incredible game sense. I gotta give him that.
Oh, they tag each other.
Plays. Yeah, that's just an even trade with the op trade there in the Palace Apartments, or rather the B Apartments, and Hyun, he just has to fall back now. Understanding that 1 nade, and Hyun just holding this JW angle, so going for that re-peek if Equalizer finds it, but he's just going to fall back and hold this passive angle. Now they expect the Opera to be fallen, but he's going to be able to get that pick even while flashed. Equalizer going huge for the team right now, only 48 seconds in the clock, and I wonder if they're going to be committing to this. This flash will stop the first player. Chronix grabbing a double here from Catwalk, and even though they stack the site, he's already here. He's going to grab a 3rd kill as well. This man is going huge. Triple kill, looking for a 4th, can't find it. Equalizer dropped so low, though. At least finds that kill from bench. Wow. Trade for trade, man, right now. WVA, he switches for the off. He really didn't need to. 9 bullets in the FAMAS, but Hyun so low on HP, he's going to win it. And, man, both teams going huge. Chronix with the triple, followed by Equalizer getting that double kill with the AWP, and he was very low on HP, so pulling that off is pretty impressive, and probably single-handedly won the round right there for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, he got the entry. Well, he got the tag, and then he got an entry, and then he got 2 more kills. So definitely saved the round for Oklahoma State. And oh man, this is Oklahoma State. They're just hanging on by a thread right now. I mean, they're down 3-9, but I mean, all hope is not lost. We've seen the terror side in CSL matches be heavily favored. And I know Mirage is a CT sided map, but still, you could see wonderful things on the T side, especially if you could get, the early rounds going. But it looks like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm sorry, it looks like
no,
Water.
yeah, and here comes the execute, and smoke's going in. No smoke here on stairs, and WBA going to go for the jump spot, gets punished for it, and now this site is all but over. They're going to be able to take it, easy bomb, and now they're going to have some sort of sick retake come into play, and Equalizer gets a nice pick, gets the leg shot onto Mio as well, so thank his teammate for doing 25 damage in that situation, gets burned by Hentai Hero's Molotov. And now it's all up to Nubich. He knows where the first T is. Nade's gonna only do 10 damage as as Hentai is able to jump out, change locations, and this is gonna be hard to predict. Can get the first spray, finds the headshot. Now it's down to a 1v1. Fuzzy Seal wrapping around this box. I don't know if he's gonna expect Fuzzy Seal to be here. He gets outplayed by Fuzzy. Oh, he 180s. He gets the 180. No time though to get the defuse and saves the AWP with 7 HP. So. Waterloo, man, they're winning rounds by a thread, but already up 10-3, which is going to be just a huge mental, economic, and everything advantage.
Yeah. A bit of a misplay from Fuzzy Seal right there. He was basically one hit away, and I believe the man wasn't even looking at him. But you know what? Nonetheless, Waterloo did win the round, and surprisingly enough, Oklahoma State are not going to force behind this because they're not going to have much money next round either. So I think they should have forced, but they decide not to. And we'll see if this pays off. Waterloo going back to their slow default.
Well, as they're trying to spot Apps, see if we can find an early pick, and Fruit Shop owner with that P250, aggressive push into Apps is going to find him an AK-47 and a kill. So Equalizer now changed his location, sitting towards mid. Spots the nade now of Mio, so he's going to know his location. Mio is going to have to win this engagement. Goes for the YP, gets dropped down to 19 HP, and a little more information now being known by Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it looks like Waterloo, they're still undecided on what they're trying to do here. 45 seconds left. It looks like an A split, but yeah, it looks like an A split. So they're just going to grab the bomb, send 2 people mid, 1 up ramp, and then 1 up Palace. But there's not much time left. There's only 30 seconds. So Waterloo, they have to start moving.
Fuzzy line up this smoke, so they're going to have 20 seconds on this execute, and he hasn't even cleared ramp. So WVA could catch him off guard. He's going to get the fire, going to get the gun advantage. And AB staying alive here on site, grabbing the 1 kill, but that's not going to be enough. Especially as Nubich goes down. So Equalizer, only 47 HP, and AWP, no kit, and a dream. And he's just going to full-out clutch mode right now. Finds the first pick at the edge of the smoke. Equalizer. He's trying to save the team, but unable to do so. Fuzzy Seal chimes in. And, yeah, we're just seeing more domination, unfortunately. It's every time Oklahoma State's getting a little advantage and a low momentum, they just get crushed and stomped time and time again. So only 2 consecutive rounds at this point in the game. And unfortunate for them because... Equalizer really the only man that's checked in at this point for Oklahoma.
Yeah, when it looks like there is a sliver of hope, Waterloo just crushed their dreams.
Exactly. Nubich finding 2 kills before going down, so maybe this aggression should have been favored earlier in the game. Trying to catch the T's off guard, but the early defense is so good on Waterloo's side. They anticipate all these pushes and just set up standard defaults to counter it. So generally it hasn't been working for them. This time catching them off guard. This CZ might go huge. Yeah, grabs a spray down, picks up an AWP and the bomb. So it's going to be up to Acronix to try and refrag this, but Smokes goes down. WVA also picks up Fuzzy, so now it's all up to Acronix. Here in the ladder room, he hears them going CT. This is actually a huge opening for him. Now that he knows to our market, he can just flash through the smoke and try and take the battle. But yeah, he's going to throw the smoke as well. That's going to be right. Not quite enough. Pretty huge gap. Going to allow Equalizer to grab that easy pick. And you don't want to give Equalizer an AWP. This man is insane with it. So 4 rounds for Oklahoma State. And, this pistol round might be all they need. If they have the execute-heavy playstyle that we saw from Waterloo, this could be one of those just T-sided games, but it's hard for me to favor them at this point, considering Waterloo's consistent playstyle throughout the map.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe Equalizer, he'll start going ham on the T side too. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, all signs are showing that Waterloo is going to take this match, but you never know. We've counted some people out. We've counted some teams out before,
Hmm.
and they gave us some scares. They gave us, I mean, like that USC SJSU game, right? When
Yeah,
I think,
definitely can't count people out anymore after
yeah,
that.
yeah, SJSU, they were up 15-8, and we almost counted USC out. They ended up coming back. So we could see that from Oklahoma. Looks like it's just
Same.
going to be another B split. The exact
Wow,
same pistol strap.
exact same. If this is a mirror match, man, this is gonna be amazing. So here comes the execute, and now Hentai here on a little bit better position than they were previously on the CT side, and they're still getting these entries of Chronix. He's gonna have to find more than this. Thanks, he gets a double with the USP, gets stopped. Fuzzy Seal. Wow, they're just chiming in here, swarming the CTs, and those 2 picks seemed like they should have been enough, but the exact same strat being used against them, and to much success. Fruit Shop owner this time getting a 4K instead of Hyunbin.
So it looks like both teams know how to run it on their T side, but they don't know how to defend against it on their CT side. I know when we were casting, I think Georgia it was earlier this week. I mean, Georgia just literally ran up cat in apartments, probably half their T side rounds.
Yeah, exactly, and they're gonna favor apartments again, so they can take that underpass control. This gives them a lot of options. Taking apps is a pretty huge thing. Underpass as well. It just gives you so many choices. If you want to execute underpass to connector, you can spot window from underpass as well. There's just so many fun activities you can do. And Equalizer gets the first engagement here. Drops Gunbin down to 62. Fuzzy Seal also dropped, so this is going to be a pretty standard execute as they're ready to kind of split here into connector, but Nubage maybe a little late. He is going to spot him connector, but he actually doesn't see him. Gets punished by Miu. He saw him, but didn't spot him with his eyes, and unfortunately going to lose that engagement. Mio also grabbing this 5-7 kill, so this standard, separate push is not working out at all. Not finding trades and allowing these one-on-one battles to be won here by Waterloo.
Yeah, it almost looked like a heartbreak situation, but Oklahoma State did manage to bring it back down to a 3v3. It's just at Chronix. He's alone onto this site, so he needs to at least get a kill. And he will! Oh, Alvi checking the wrong angle and to come up huge against Equalizer is unable to. But it is a 2v2 retake situation. Mio, he already has a huge positional advantage.
Oh my god,
first kill.
He's gonna win it.
Yeah, Equalizer not looking the right way, so a devastating anti-eco loss coming in for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, should have been foreshadowed earlier in the round when we saw them losing those individual battles. And them kind of taking advantage of the bomb going down. They knew they'd just have a one-on-one engagement while the bomb's being planted and jumped on that window. So I believe that was Mio literally jumping out a window and getting that kill on the UMP player. So
God, it hurts so much to lose
it does.
those rounds.
No rounds are very, very devastating. It hurts your heart because I'm sure everyone's felt it before, and it's very, demotivating and makes you kind of give up hope on your team and any chances of coming back, especially as they were on the unfavored side. Losing that eco, forcing to save. Fruit Shop owner now, only man with armor. They're going to make their way here towards this A site, trying to split. No real smokes or any utilities, so this is going to be pure pistol power as they go to flood out Palace. 2 here on ramp, and this is going to be up to the crossfire here. Fuzzy Seal gets the spray down, grabs 2, finds a 3rd kill as well, and Hanbin going down, but it doesn't matter. Mio already here on the rotate as Fuzzy Seal grabs his 4th for the round. Great cleanup, great awareness to just sit there and hold the spray instead of trying to, commit to the one-on-one battles. Jiggle peeking that corner could have been very devastating if those Tech-9s were able to get out in sight. So, well played there by Fuzzy. Good anti-eco. And here comes the buy now from Oklahoma State. See what power they can bring to the table.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, fortunately for them, they do have pretty much full-on utilities. A little light on Alvi, but still, it should be pretty full round. And Waterloo, they only have 3 M4s, a FAMAS and a SMG. So Oklahoma State, if they can find the right engagements, they can come out ahead in this round and claw themselves back.
Equalizer jumps up, catches Mio off guard. He kind of panic jumped there, so potentially it could have been very bad for him. Dodges the flash, and you know, we've seen him split up like this before, and it didn't work so well. So hopefully they can, you know, play this a little bit differently. As WVA playing very passively towards ramp, and the CTs are not even going to peek now. First engagement by Fuzzy, gonna get spammed down for 10 damage, and this looks like it's just gonna be T's trying to find picks, and they're unable to as Hentai Hero pushes apps, finds that kill with the UMP, takes that peek, and yeah, it's gonna give them the opening they not only need, but Oklahoma State is now going to have to scramble to try and trade effectively, try and find an opening for themselves, but looks like they're not getting any opportunities here. Fuzzy Seal holding a passive angle here towards Palace. Equalizer able to get the jump on him. Nubage as well trading, so it is down to a 3-on-3, and Hyunbin's going to have to go huge, finds the first spray down to 19 HP, and he has to stay alive as Mio comes in to help save the day. So all down to Nubage here on Cat, stuck between all three CTs. They're not going to peek, especially with bomb down, and that'll be the 14th round here for Waterloo.
Yeah, he has no time. Looks like he's just going to save. And Oklahoma State, they're in dire straits. I think at this point they have to force. So they could buy AKs on at least two guys. Oh, he almost gets hunted down. Mio nearly taking down Nubage. That would have been yet another devastating loss. Just at that point, kicking a dead horse. But Oklahoma State, they have to force. They're down 14-5. They need to buy something and try to make some magic happen.
Sorry, the chat's cracking me up. Everyone's saying thank you. Anyway, sorry, some lightheartedness amongst the darkness that is Waterloo just destroying Oklahoma State right now. And Nubage grabbing that entry there from Connector, so maybe a little overcommitment from Fuzzy Seal. Full well knowing they continuously are putting 3 towards mid here. Oklahoma State trying to find something. Getting that trade back from Hyunbin. He's playing ramp here. Catches WVA, who had played so passive the round before. Waiting for Hyunbin to push, and now he pushes, of course. So right when he thinks he's okay, safe to take that ramp control, Hyun jumps in, and little mind games there. So now he's just going to sit here under Palace. Noob grabbing the 1 pick, but he's going to get traded here by Hyunbin, and the Palace player, AV, just jumps down with the Tech 9 and Hentai Hero here on the trade here from CT. So although they are here at A site with the bomb, it's going to be pretty huge. Disengagement, Acronics win, so that's going to be it for the T's. Equalizer's going to have to go pretty big right now, but he knows there's a CT player, and now the other player now rotating through Connector, rather. Acronics, they're going to have the jump on him no matter what he does. 30 seconds. They go for the repeak, and yeah, this is just pure evisceration.
Yeah, it looks like a complete whitewash. A lot of the Oklahoma State players it seems like they're surprised every time they find an enemy. They're like, "Whoa, I didn't expect you there." Whoa, and they're like just jumping around. Meanwhile, Waterloo, they have their crosshairs at the perfect place, and it's just they're finding the right engagements. I mean, it's mostly been aim duels, right? Right, Joey? Like, besides the basic A execute and the B execute, we haven't seen anything too complicated. It was just like storming the site, just out-dueling their opponents.
Absolutely, that's exactly what we're seeing. And even when they lose an entry, they still find some sort of trade later on in the round. So at every time Oklahoma State gets an advantage, they lose 2. It's kind of a case of, you know, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And that's what we're seeing. So these, like you said, they're just winning their aim battles straight up. And they're also executing properly as well. We saw Waterloo just able to be so precise with their executes, and when they saw that it was no longer necessary, they just started taking aim battles, and they won that way as well. So unfortunate for Oklahoma State. They got matched up against a 9-1 team in Waterloo. Definitely one of my favorites. They're on my fantasy team or fantasy roster for sure. I'll definitely put them at top 5 of what I've seen. You know, there's some sleepers. Ryerson I've only seen once, and they're up there as well. Lots of teams are. That's the thing about this league right now. Collegiate Star League is actually relatively stacked. Once you take the cream that rises to the top, it's very hard to tell who could take this. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've already watched Waterloo and Ryerson, and both these teams looked exceptional, and we get to see Ryerson next.
Yes. That'll be awesome. And yeah, so Mio, last man alive, he's gonna go for the jump scout, trying to see if he can spot him. Unable to see anything, and AV down so low on HP, it just takes a gust of wind to blow him down. And if he just knew he could pull out his pistol, it's really hard to watch, but yeah, there, he finally pulls out the P2K. He's gonna run in for it, grabs the kill, and I think he's not gonna actually have time for this defuse, so Oklahoma State actually getting another round on the board. Some could say maybe delaying the inevitable. I would say maybe this is a chance for Oklahoma State to pull a USC right now.
Yeah, that's we'll see.
Wishful thinking?
We'll see. Yeah, a bit wishful thinking, but never impossible.
If this was on CSGO land right now, Oklahoma State would have like 10% at this point in the game. I would definitely bet on them. I have to say 10%. They have a better chance than that. Well, they could do it.
You would have to bet before the game starts.
Yeah, oh yeah. I guess that's how betting works, huh? Dang.
Yeah. 15-6. I don't know anyone who would bet on Oklahoma State at this point.
You know what? I do an inventory clearing bet, all right? Can't hurt, right? And yeah, we're just seeing Oklahoma kind of clean up this round, but at the same time, they still have two players dropped relatively low, Equalizer and AB. So this round could fall apart really at any second. Bomb only just about to go down, so they're just going to wait for this battle. They probably know Nubage is here waiting for the rotate. They got that calmed by their teammates, and they're just going to have to go for some sort of trade. Hyun really shouldn't be taking the first engagement, and as Fuzzy Seal goes down, he's just going to be happy to save this AK. So just going to sit at spawn, chill for a little bit, and maybe during this downtime, I'll let you guys know. If you're not familiar with the league for CSL CSGO, it's a best of one across 14 weeks. So the first 7 weeks of play were regional and for seeding purposes, and then now the last 7 weeks, which we're in right now, are really where the fun begins. So every win matters, especially in the second half when you're really fighting for that top seed in order to make it to playoffs. So there's huge implications right now for the winner. Obviously, Waterloo extremely favored, and it's looking pretty good right now to win this game against Oklahoma State as well. So that'll be one more to add to their 9-1 streak.
Yeah, I know we were talking about in the podcast. If you guys haven't checked out the CSGO podcast, you could go ahead and check it out at the C Star League YouTube. But I know we were talking about how North 2, you have 4 teams that came from there that are completely dominating just every other region. I think Toronto is like 4-0. Poly's 4-0. You can see Waterloo, they're 4-0 or something like that. It's just North 2, the stacked division, once they got out, it's just they're dominating every other group.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely putting a huge marker on their back, but also kind of asserting some dominance, right? When you have other top teams afraid to play against them, it makes you kind of go into the game maybe with the wrong mentality, and maybe you got to go the LG method. If you're the underdog, you got nothing to lose, right? Just take those BDPs, go for the engagements, try and just outplay them. When you know you're the underdog, you sometimes got to go for the risky plays in order to get that upper hand. And if you have an opportunity, go for it. And that's what LG's famous for. They execute heavy, and if they have an opportunity, they go for it. So here's an opportunity given right now. WVA pushing in through vent, so he's gonna have the flank, but no matter. Hentai Hero and Necronix, the last 2 CTs here, rotating from market, and WVA, he's just gonna sit here. They heard the vent drop, so they're aware of the positioning, unable to win thanks to that aim punch, and Necronix playing the shelf, cheeky little boost spot. Often great if you can get here on a B rush before the CTs rotate. You can usually get at least 1 kill and fall back towards window, but he's just saving, so only the Deagle trying to get an exit pick.
Yeah.
And force Oklahoma State to buy up as much as they can.
At least Oklahoma State is making this respectable, because it looked like it was going to be like a 16-4 game, but we know that Oklahoma State is at least going to get, 8 rounds? 15-8, so...
USC?
Yeah, 1 round at a time. I guess that's the mentality you have to take. Equalizer putting in a lot of work. He's actually, despite being down 8-15, he's top fragging in the entire server. So that's a good sign. As long as Equalizer is making these entries, I think Oklahoma State is still in it. So Waterloo, they're gonna buy. It's a bit of a light buy, but nonetheless, it is a buy we saw them win with on their gun round, on their first gun round against Oklahoma State. So
It
see if
looks
they
like a
can
B
replicate that.
execute. Yeah, they're gonna go for these smokes on site, so gonna be able to create a wall. Odds are, yeah, they have one smoke here that's gonna block catwalk and another one that will block marketplace. So it'll create a little bit of a wall
Oh,
as long as they don't miss it. And unfortunately,
missed
one of
it.
those smokes is gonna flub, so that's gonna create an opening here at market. Only one smoke here on site, not even gonna block off cat, but Acronix grabbing the first entry. He's gonna stay alive for a little bit longer. Anti-hero unable to find a kill, so those two entries going in favor, and now this team flash coming in. Almost perfect opportunity for WVA to take that engagement, and they're still up a man, so really no reason to
these
commit
nades.
to this market play, and WVA grabs that advantage, and AB as well chiming in, so grabbing another rifle round. It's going to be a huge play for Fuzzy to try and take under his wing, but he does have no kit, actually. No kit, so there's really no way he can even win this round. Just hoping to drop at least one more weapon. He's going to have to fall back, and there we go. 9th round for Oklahoma State. It's not
Okay.
over till it's over. This is Counter-Strike,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. And we're starting to see a little bit of life out of Oklahoma State and a little
Alright.
fear now out of Waterloo as they're losing these one-on-one battles now. Just like they were winning on the first half, they are now losing it on that defensive side.
Yeah, they managed to get 4 rounds in a row. It's just unfortunate that they lost the 4 rounds before that, because even if they had like a 2-round buffer, like 1-round buffer, it would be 10-14 instead of 9-15. That just like makes you feel so much better mentally. It's just unfortunate that they had to go to match point before they were gaining these 4 rounds in a row. And the equalizer, as we talked about him, he gets another double entry, so it's looking really good for Oklahoma State.
WVA hearing that push by Hyun. Gonna grab that pick as well, and they're not finding anything. So this isn't a matter of economy anymore. This is just a matter of brute force at this point from Oklahoma State. As long as they keep getting these first engagements and winning them this cleanly, I think that's going to just keep their confidence at an all-time high. And like you said, when you start racking these kind of rounds together, coming back from what seems impossible, it gives you a lot of confidence. And it does the exact opposite now to Waterloo, who are afraid of throwing this game at this point. When you get within 5 rounds, obviously, hey, we still have a couple rounds to work with, but really when you look at it on paper, that's only maybe 2.5 full buys. So this is maybe 3, right? If it comes down to round 30, they're definitely going to full buy. So this is pretty scary, to be perfectly honest. And playing this smoke, playing at the edge of it, equalizer, trying to look for a pick here at window. And it's up to Mio if he's going to go for the first engagement. He gets baited out. Well played by Oklahoma State. They get a double, but actually Hentai Hero grabbing that favorable trade this time. Gets 2 for his troubles, and AV going to trade out on A site, so they will have control of the site. No smoke here on connector, so this could allow a little bit of something as Hentai trying to jump in quickly, but he is smoked off. So well played now by Oklahoma State. Sick bait play on Cat to get that trade, and it's going to be up to a huge play from Hentai. He's only at 22 HP, so he's going to have to go for that first battle to try and bait for his teammate, and Chronix grabs that first pick, so it's all up to AV now to win this round. Huge, important round. Doesn't get the first spray, is able to find it, and gets a double kill. AV! This kid is keeping Oklahoma on his back. Triple kill, grabs the rotate there from A ramp to open up the A site, and finishes up the round, finishes what he started. This game is ramping up. I don't even know, man.
I know, right? I'm done calling
Dude.
games at like 15-4, man. It's just, I mean, come on. When you're down 15-4, it's like very clearly one-sided, right? But
Yo, Cheesehead, we didn't
Man.
call it. I said it was possible. I actually said at 15-4 that could
This
this
is
be a
unfair.
USC?
This is
So
unfair.
you know what?
Okay,
We don't need your
up
backseat
15-4,
casting. All right,
should
we
be
did.
able to
We
come
covered
back.
all our bases. All right, we didn't say this is 100% over. It's just going to be really hard, and it's still actually going to be really hard. Waterloo's still on the favorable side, and if they can find this entry, gets the bomb down as well. This is where it could fall apart. Unfortunately, though, for Waterloo, they lost their player here at the bomb, so they will be able to recover it, and there's already 2 CTs here, so as long as they don't go for these individual battles, but, you know, tries to take it, gets a hit for it as well, and now it's going to be the bomb plan as well, so as long as they can play these trades, and maybe a little overcommitment there by Fruit Shop. And Acronix as well here with the pistol, so this is not over quite yet. Oklahoma State cannot be too comfortable right now. Mio, though, 13 HP. And Acronix, he's going to have to go huge again. He almost did it last round. And now he's going to be able to pick up a rifle as well, so it's going to be huge if Nubage goes down. He really can't overcommit to this peak. I don't know why he's pushing sight at all right now. Gets into a nice situation, but goes down and no kit, so Acronix unable to win the round, but he's going to kill all of the terrorists. And like I said earlier, this isn't a battle of economy. This is a battle of brute force. And right now we're seeing Oklahoma State brute forcing their way time and time again, so...
Yeah, the economy doesn't matter, you're right. Not for Oklahoma State, at least, because they're going to be full buying every single round. And again, wow, they came back from a respectable deficit. I think they were down 15-5, and they managed to get 7 rounds in a row. Waterloo, they finally pick up that op on that CT side, and they are not feeling too comfortable anymore. You know, they lost a 10-round lead, and now, just a couple more rounds going Oklahoma State's way, we might be looking at overtime.
Yeah, this is insane. You know, I said it. I don't know if I quite meant it. But it's because we've seen it before, man. We've seen maybe the map sides not be quite what you'd stereotype them to be, and you got to kind of cover your bases here in Collegiate Star League because anything can happen. And this is just Counter-Strike 101 for you. It's you know, the one round at a time. It's you really got to get the 16 rounds if you want to win it, because maybe the more experienced team, which could be Oklahoma State right now, could take this in overtime. So this is a huge rifle round now for Waterloo.
When you said it though, when you were calling that, hey, it could still happen, I felt like you were just doing it so you don't get caster cursed. Because every time you do, it's just the exact opposite happens.
It's true. It's true. And now here comes a spray by Acronix. Grabs a double, but Equalizer here to equalize. And 3-on-3 now, but the CTs are already here. This is huge right now for Waterloo. If they can at least get a 1-for-1 trade as the bomb's going down, this could be big. Fuzzy Seal now under window. Equalizer has to know his position, but Fuzzy's lining up, just waiting for a peek. And he might be able to catch the bench player off guard. Hyunbin able to find the kill, and now Equalizer, but that smoke's actually going to hurt his own teammate right there, covering him up. Hyunbin wins the round, and Waterloo, they will take it 16-12. Great attempt by Oklahoma State. Really looked like they could have had that, but the rotate's coming in too quick by Waterloo. Able to get on site before the bomb even went down, so that's going to be a pretty, you know, what looked like a convincing win, but really actually a close game, and you got to really expect or respect Oklahoma State for coming back in that situation, given they were down 11-4 in the half, and then losing the anti-eco. It was just, it was looking really shaky, right? Like they were able to get the pistol, but then lost 4 more in a row, and then they managed to string 7 in a row. So got to respect them for that. They probably are, you know, kicking their bike over right now, wishing they could have had that anti-eco. It could have been a lot closer of a game. We could have seen that overtime had they won the anti-eco around there on the T side. But that'll be the game, guys. Waterloo taking it, now 10-1 in their league. So we will take a quick 5-minute break. We will be back with Game 2, which will be a battle between UC San Diego and Ryerson. UC San Diego currently are sitting at 5-4, and Ryerson in one of the death groups, man, 7-3, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Their losses are to some of the best teams right now, and I'd say actually their 3 losses are probably to 3 top 10 teams in the league. So those 3 losses don't really say a lot for Ryerson. Definitely a favorite right now to win it. So it's going to be quite the battle. UC San Diego could also in a death group, so very well could be a tight game just like we had now. So we'll be back, guys, in 5 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Click that follow button. And we'll be right back.